today we are going to take a look at Blue Cat's AXION, an incredible guitar plugin that I was able to sit down with my friend Doug from Sam Ash and go through some guitar amps and go through some settings and changes that are just incredible. But what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to show you the plugin, and I'm going to go through some of the adjustments that you can make, selecting presets and things like that, and then we'll shoot it over to Doug and I in our jam session. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the classroom, and boom, here we go. Here is Blue Cat's AXION. So what we're looking at right now is we're looking at the easy setup here. So there's nothing to set up really, but it is a page where you can just go ahead and pull up presets, and there are a plethora, if I may use that word, of presets, and you would not believe some of the stuff that you have. You've even got a selection here for guitar legends, everything from Queen to Van Halen, and they're all named a little differently. These are Dream Theater plugins, or presets, I should say, if my memory serves me right. Brian's Rhapsody, I think everybody knows what that is, and you can select a lot of unbelievable sounds, and you'll see, you'll hear that with the session with Doug. All right, so the other thing that you can do here, you have MIDI programmability if you want to actually set up a lot of automation with your DAW. You also have the ability to load external presets, and you can do saves, and you can share these as well. All right, so let's see. Let's go to the area up here. Let me get my zoomer in here. All right, so for this area here, these will change as you go in and out of easy mode, and you have everything from your settings, control settings, to an undo and a redo button. You have the ability to open up a manual. Go like that, boom, just like that. So it is so easy to access. You can do this while the DAW is open, and you can move it around and zoom in independently if you need to. All right, let's see here. Whoops. All right, so here we have, let's see, this is an info or an about. And let's see, this is, you can zoom in and out. Let me see what this does. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I didn't play around with this. Can I make this bigger? Oh, yeah. So you can actually increase or decrease the size of the plugin. Boy, I wish all plugins did this. So I can actually go to a 70%. Just like that. Really, really good. Doesn't cause any CPU issues. So now that I can completely not see what I'm doing here, you get back to 100%. There you go. I mean, I would prefer to actually be able to drag it, but that's fine. That works really, really well. I actually think I'm going to go one more up so that I can really show you guys what's going on here. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom in again. So then here you have view meters, and what this is going to do, this is going to turn on and off the side meters. So this meter here is your inputs. You would actually see some level here, and this is your outputs. This gives you a really good idea on how your sound is going through the plugin. If you need more input, that's going to be for the next section. I'm going to show you here in a second. See, then you have your I/O. You can actually choose the type of stereo ins and outs that you actually want. You can even go to mono if you wish. And let's see. I actually don't know what this does. And it doesn't do anything. All right, there you go. Okay, so now here's where you get your presets. You can either choose the, click on the preset name and go through and choose this way, or you can literally page through each preset one at a time, and it goes through the entire list. Gives you a really, really good idea. Oh, and you guys can see that we have double amps. I'm going to show you that here in the larger view. Just like that. And if I click on this little guy here, it's going to open up their web page. Very cool. All right, so let's see, where are we at here? We did the input meters, we did the output meters, we had the ability to power it on and off, which is kind of cool. This is the input and output volume levels. All right, let's go to the larger view. So here we go. This is my favorite view. So if you look closely, you can see all of the things that were in the other view, but they are expanded, and you see a bunch of extra stuff. You have pre-effects of pedals that you can insert on any of these, and there are tons of presets and tons of pedals. So you can actually do this preamp, and then you have everything here for post-amp. This would be really good for things like reverbs and delays and things like that, to be able to actually put them in the chain, if you will, and be able to adjust them. So in order to open up each of these here to make adjustments, you just click on this little box right here. Let me actually zoom in one more time. You would actually click on this little box here to open up the adjustment. You could click on this here to actually choose a new preset for that pedal. And you can turn the pedal on and off here. So now, it's important to understand that these are automatable and assignable to a foot pedal. So if you're using Studio One, the beauty of this is that these will show up in the control link options, and you can assign them to anything you want. So for instance, you can see I can turn this on and off, and you can see I have moved a knob on my, let me see, do I have my second camera here? There we go. So if you look up here, you can see that I'm using my Atom SQ, and I'm just moving a knob, just like that. So now, if I go back to the plugin, and I click on, we're going to click on the high pass, and then I'm going to click on, I'm going to turn the knob that I want to control it, and I'm going to link it. So now, as I turn the knob, it turns the plugin on and off. Or it turns the pedal, I should say, on and off. Now, if you've got one of those multi-pedal boards that work via MIDI, this, of course, let's see, 1, 2, 3, we got 6, we got 12. So you would need a 12-pedal option if you wanted to control all of them. But you can see here that just with this knob here on the Atom SQ, it works really, really well. All right, so we are back here and going to unassign that because I don't want that to stay. And let's see, what am I doing here? Let's move this over. All right, so you have all of these pedal options. You have the ability to control your input going into the pedals, amp, and then the post effects. You also have the ability to take some of these and put them at the beginning of your guitar chain. So here you got, before you even hit the pedals and the amp, you have the ability to put in more effects. You can put in a compressor to really compress the guitar going in. You can go ahead and you can put in an EQ so that you can really shape your sound before it actually hits the pedals and the amp. Again, just click on the little box here to open up your settings. Works really nice. So now on the output side, after the pre and post pedals, you can actually put more effects on the master out of the plugin itself. You can go here. You can see that there's a reverb there already. I can go here and I can select an EQ. Let's just go with a basic EQ, and there you go. So now I can shape my sound going out, and I can actually swap them if I want to, and I actually just went over it. So let's go back here. Let's go here to, whoops, EQ. There we go, just like that. So you can swap these and you can move them in order per the racks that are either on the input going in or the output after you've finished shaping your sound. You can do a little bit more shaping and then actually put another reverb on it if you choose to do so. All right, so you can turn these off, on and off here by the power buttons, and you can select your the actual spread of what's coming out of the plugin itself, so you can control that here along with an overall volume on the master out. Really the shaping that you're going to see that we're going to do in the second part of this with Doug is just amazing. All right, so if you click on the little kitty cat with the headphones, it's going to open up the website. So that's pretty obvious. You don't really need to know more about that. And I think that is going to cover that. All right, so now this is really important, and this was one of the one of the real options that Doug and I enjoyed. So you can see here we have two separate amps. So I can choose a preset for this guy, and I can choose a preset for this guy. So this is going to be A, and this is going to be B. You can power them up, and you can use this little mix knob to actually balance between the two amps. Now, you also have the ability for an overall volume for A, overall volume for B, and a pan. Doug and I experiment in the next video with an awesome set of distortion amps, and we have a nice little jam with them, and you can choose how far to pan each of the amps. This really gives you a very nice adjustability option here for combining two amps. You can adjust the way they are panned in the stereo spectrum, and then you can put an effect on the main out of the of that set to really shape and finalize your sound. It is amazing to be able to do that. All right, so like I said, you can go here, you can go ahead and you can save and load other presets, things like that. Now, there are the options to actually load an external VST and a VST3 and an AU plugin. We'll save that for a more advanced version of this video here. I haven't tried this yet, so I've got a little bit more digging to do, but the possibilities of actually taking a VST that you already have and bringing it into the plugin is pretty amazing if you think about it. All right, so let's see. Do I have anything else? I think I've covered everything here on this set. And again, it's the easy button right here that takes you into a more simple mode just for setting up your amps, and then a very complex mode to set up a whole bunch of different pedals. All right, so I hope that you guys found that helpful as far as going through all of the controls. So now the next portion of this So the next portion of this, what we're going to do is we're going to get with Doug, and that's already been shot, but we're going to get with Doug. We're going to go through presets, and we are really going to dig deep into the adjustability of not only the presets, but creating your own amp, doing a little bit of a jam session, combining multiple amps, you know, kind of really filling up the stereo spectrum with them. It should be a lot of fun. So I hope you got something from this, and I will see you guys in the next video.